Why should I get involved in drug running?
Joan, don't make me blow the whistle on you.
I won't take it in. I won't risk it.
For me?
I won't do anything that'll land me behind bars.
Joan, you got no house, no insurance money, and no savings. Push me and I'll have to see to it that you got no job. Believe me, you've got a reason.
You're early.
So?
So next time be here right on the minute, understand? Yes, well, everything seems to be in order.
You surprised me.
No?
I spent half the night trying to figure out how to get you to bring more stuff in. I didn't think you'd go for it. And then bingo, all off your own bat.
I can be very enterprising.
Or money hungry.
There's more at stake here than money. You pull this off and Connors will be all through.
And if it blows up in our faces?
If it blows up, it's in your face and the governor's.
You haven't got new clothes on, have you?
Shh! Not so loud. Don't say a word. It's a secret, all right?
Your blue. Did you get sprung? Almost. Give me something to put on.
I want Egbert's wedding disrupted, totally. And I want Jenkins and Connors blamed for it.
God, you don't want much, do you?
We'll do it. Guaranteed.
You count up to 100. I've got to get to the shower. 1, 2. Make it 50. 1, 2, 3. Where's Julie?
Hidden. Tell that to Rita and Alice and tell them to come to the shower block. Alone.
We're at the wedding.
What wedding?
Well, what have you done to Chalk? Where is she, Maxwell? It's all part of the game. Mel was
Shut up.
All right. Why don't you just step inside and we'll talk about it? That's what you want, isn't it?
Now! Get him! Luna should be here. I'll kill us. I'm going to kill you, Maxwell. Now! What have you done with her? Come on, where is she? I'll quick her skull. Help! Help! Break it up! Break it up! Now, what the hell is going on? A setup.
I'm sorry, Mr. Waterson, but I'm quite sure I'd be wasting my time even mentioning it to the department.
Not if you push the publicity angle. Look, I'm sorry if I sound pushy, Mrs. Reynolds, but thanks, Dolores. We've only just heard about it, and if we're going to cover the whole wedding, we've got, what, an hour to get there and set up?
It's not easy to get instant decisions from government departments.
Sure, but think about it. Good human interest stuff for us and great publicity for the department. You've got to admit they've been short on that lately.
Yes,
I tell you what, you get onto them and see what you can do. In the meantime, we'll get a crew out there at the ready.
Now, hold on, Mr. Waterson. You haven't even mentioned getting the couple's permission, even if the department did agree to it. They mightn't want their story made public.
Well, of course we'd need their go-ahead, but I can't see them objecting to it, can you? From what I've heard, those two had an uphill battle from the word go.
Just where did you get hold of the story anyway?
An old friend of the family. Look, it's going to work both ways. You get good publicity, our audiences see two young people going against all the odds. Got to admit it's top stuff.
No, all I can say is I'll put it to both parties.
Terrific. We'll make it a winner, my word on it. See you soon.
Trouble. Maxwell and Williams have been assaulted.
Who?
Connors and Jenkins.
Stinking bitches, but we miss out on the wedding now. Oh.
Be quiet.
Don't know what it is you're...
I said be quiet.
Hello, Ray, what's going on?
Shut up, Patterson.
Find Laurie, she'll tell you.
Just keep moving. Your clothes are on Egbert's bed. Go on, get going. Come on, keep moving.
Can't we ask that officer? She might know.
She wouldn't tell us even if she did.
Well, it seems to be over anyway. Oh, God, this place. We'll be lucky to get out of here in one piece. I never thought of that. There'd probably be all sorts of criminals coming to the wedding.
Heather, I wish I knew what was going on.
Well, maybe they're having one of their riots or whatever they do.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Mother.
Well, you're the expert, dear.
Hurry up, Earl, please! Man, they're real tight butts. Did they say why they tied me up? None. Well, Captain Janet must have said something to you. Oh, yeah?
with Mrs. Reynolds. Rita looked as though she was ready to kill someone.
Yeah, but where could they have put Jules? I mean, we have looked everywhere.
You know, I'd be so excited about the mystery of it all if I wasn't worried sick about that girl.
Yeah, well, I'm bloody panicking. I just cannot think where they could have put her. Just, oh, Jules!
Lex, it was awful. They locked me in the boiler room.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Yeah, well, you're all right. They haven't hurt you, have they?
No, I don't even know why they did it.
We just wanted to wreck your bloody wedding.
Oh, no, Jules.
It's wrecked! I'm going to kill those bastards! I know. The dress you're making, quick.
It's not finished yet. Come on, Jules. I'm not going to let those rotten, jealous cows spoil your wedding
I reckon
day.
they already had.
Oh, no. Cinderella was a mess too, but with a little help from her friend, she was the belle of the ball.
With the go I took.
Do you think you can make it look all right?
Lexi's magic touches. It'll be 1 in a million.
You better believe that, eh?
Today of all days, I thought you'd exercise some control. Instead, you seem determined to upset all our efforts
You
to see the
believe
wedding
what
go
you
well.
like. I'm just telling you we didn't start it.
Then who did? Maxwell? Williams? It wasn't obvious to you who started it?
No one did. We were just running around looking for Chook and happened to bump into him, right, Lurch?
Yeah. Maxwell?
Sounds plausible.
I suggest solitary, Governor. Obviously wasting our time here.
Thank you, Miss Ferguson. 24 hours, Mrs. Morris.
But what about Chook's wedding?
You should have thought of that before.
There won't be a wedding if they haven't found Chook yet.
And check on Egbert, Mrs. Morris.
You better hope they throw away your
That's
key.
enough, Connors, or you'll be there for a week.
I'll go and see what I can find out.
Just leave it, Miss Ferguson. It can wait till after the wedding.
Oh, no. Not this time it can't. Yes, the Minister, please. Joan Ferguson, Deputy Governor of Wentworth Detention Centre.
Oh, what bitches? Oh, just leave it, Laurie. It's never going to be ready on time.
Oh, yes, it will be. There's not much to do now. You don't want Steve to see you with red eyes, do you?
It's no worse than him seeing me in a makeshift wedding dress.
Look, I might be taking a few shortcuts, but I can tell you something. It's going to look absolutely beautiful.
Look, you got to teach Maxwell and Williams a lesson. Show them that they're in the pound for nothing, eh?
I still can't understand why they went to so much trouble to ruin the wedding.
Yeah, well, that's why they think. Small mind. Here, I found it.
Oh, terrific. Now, you take Julie down and wash your face. She looks like the Wicked Witch from the
Don't
West.
feel like the Wicked Witch of Black.
Don't worry, Julie. It'll be wonderful.
Talk about panic station.
Shh. Quiet, girls, please. I need to concentrate. Princess has got to look her best. Listen, will you just...
Quick. Oh, good on Mrs.
Egbert, what on
No,
earth?
it's all right. She tripped over and dirtied her dress, but
Oh,
Laura's
don't give me
fixing
that,
it.
Patterson. Now, what happened?
What she said.
This is no time to stick to the no-lagging rule.
Yeah, well, there's no point kicking up a stink. It's too late anyway.
Well, of course I'll have to report it to Mrs. Reynolds.
No, what if she calls it off?
I doubt whether that'll happen, but obviously you're not going to be ready in time, are you? Now, just see what you can salvage.
Oh, come on, let's get your red eyes fixed up anyway.
I just knew it was all going to go wrong.
Chucky!
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be the happiest day of my life, and it's all just a big mess.
Yeah, well, it's not over yet. Now, you just cut these waterworks out, girl.
Meg, what's going on? Is everything all right?
Look, it's all under control. Nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about, my God.
There was a slight altercation between a couple of the women. I'm sorry, I should have come and told you. But there'll be no problem with the wedding going ahead.
Well, I think it should be postponed. It was a ridiculous idea having a wedding in this house of horrors anyway.
If you want to leave, Mother, go ahead. But Julie and I are getting married whether you're here or not.
Stephen.
I have to go. Hopefully it'll start on schedule.
Oh, thanks.
Look, I never thought I'd agree with Mother on anything, but she's right about this place. It's really starting to give me the creeps.
Oh, that's understandable. I felt a bit like that myself until I got to know the people who live here.
Well, look, I'm not sure I want to.
Hey, Julie's one of them, remember?
You don't have to remind me. Look, I didn't mean her. I meant all the murderers and the drug addicts.
Who go
and all
around with horns poking out of their heads and carrying axes dripping with blood? Fair go, Heather. Thought you had a bit more sense than that.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put her down. I was feeling a bit nervous.
Yeah, sorry. I'm a bit on edge myself.
Maxwell instigated it.
I know it seems out of character, but apparently Connor's pushed at a breaking point.
I found Egbert. She's all right, but her outfit's a mess.
I'm not surprised. Miss Ferguson just told me Williams and Maxwell roughed her up just to get back at Connors.
Well, that explains that scuffle in the corridor.
Oh, thank heavens it was just a scuffle.
The wedding will have to be cancelled, of course.
What on earth for?
We can hardly punish Egbert for something she didn't do.
Governor, you seem to be missing the point. The department only gave permission on the grounds that there was no trouble.
The trouble has been taken care of, Miss Ferguson.
Yes, well, I might be preempting a little, but naturally I have let the minister know. In fact, he's on his way here now to put a stop to, how did he put it, these stupid wedding shenanigans?
Don't worry, kid killer. They'll all be after you now, trying to stuff up Chook's wedding. Shut up, Jenkins. Kid killer. Hey! I'm talking to you.
I reckon she's so scared she can't talk, Rick. Probably gibbering in the corner.
You okay, Cat?
Never felt better.
You finally bit off a bit more than you could chew, Maxwell. It's going to be fun making you spit it out.
Don't kid yourself, Connors. You've had it and you know it. I mean it. I've got one thing you haven't that'll guarantee you end up on the dung heap. Brains.
You're right, Lurch. She's finally blown a gasket.
Yeah, don't sit down, Maxwell. You'll squash him.
We've still got Looney. She'll mash you to mincemeat when she gets out.
Oh, that big pussycat won't try anything. And Maxwell won't make her. Gone soft on her, right, kid killer?
I don't need her, Connors. Brains will win over brawn any time.
Yeah. Well, if you got no muscle, you get your brains beaten to a pulp. How much use to anyone then?
Well, I don't know. Her and Mel would get on real well if that happened.
Yeah!
You'll be laughing on the other side of your face.
I don't care how long it takes. I'll wipe my feet on you, I swear it.
You've tried it once too often, and I promise you when I've finished talking to Dwyer, you're going to wish you'd never left Queensland.
It's a little over the top, don't you think?
No, I wouldn't be so smug if I were you, Joan. Department heads don't look favourably on petty power seekers.
No, they appreciate diligent officers, though. Not ones who continually throw departmental rules out the window.
How dare you insinuate
I
that we're
don't
not
have to insinuate, Governor. The Minister is well aware of the slipshod tactics in this place, and that is why he appointed me as Deputy Governor. I'm not about to jeopardise his trust in me by kowtowing to a bunch of criminals.
That does it. Get Egbert and get her to the rec room now. This might be the last thing I ever do in Wentworth, but this time your tactics are not going to spoil something positive for those women.
Oh, you're too late. The Minister...
I hope you enjoyed it, Miss Ferguson, because that's the last time you countermand my orders. Pity you didn't get away with it.
Woo! Well, quick, everyone. Let's get a good seat. I only need 5 more minutes. Damn. Julie, stay right where you are. Oh, keep still, Buggy.
That must have been the bell for the wedding.
I told you it is too early.
Down to the rec room.
We're not ready yet.
Why aren't you?
Well, Laura's still trying to fix it.
What's the panic?
Next, you go and get the dress and put her into it. Quickly.
But I haven't finished
Don't
the makeup.
argue with me. Just do it.
Something's happened.
Oh, sorry,
good.
Lexi. Quickly. Get her into that dress as quick as you can down to the rec room.
Well, what's going on? Oh, I don't know. Something's up. They want us straight there.
Did you fix it?
Don't fuss, you're going to look like a princess. Now, you finish your eyes, OK? And I'll pop a dress on. And while I'm doing it up, you can do a lippy, OK?
I would if she keeps still.
There. Right, OK. Now, here's the dress. Oh, it's beautiful. All we need is some flowers.
Chucky, you have smudged your lipstick.
Lexi, you're not even dressed yet.
Well, she hasn't got time to change now.
I would have if you keep your lips still. Not that still.
I'm sorry, Steve. It really is a now or never situation. If Dwyer stops it, you'll have Buckley's of getting permission when she gets to Barnhurst.
Oh, it's fine by me. How's Julie, though?
Mrs. Morris has gone to hurry them up.
Stephen, think, dear. This could get Mrs. Reynolds into dreadful trouble.
Oh, I never
Now,
thought...
don't you worry about that. The department approved the wedding, and I've had no orders to the contrary.
Julie should be ready in a minute. I just rang reception. Reverend Park still hasn't arrived.
He was supposed to be here at 9:30.
I know. Well, we'll just have to cross our fingers and hope he hasn't been held up along the way.
Do you think that's the minister, Roger?
Looks like it.
Oh, thank heaven.
What's the rush? Morning. Mrs.
Quickly. No time. Come on, what is going on?
Hey, what are you doing, Larry? What's your great big
I want to sit in the middle. No way, love. I got in first.
Yeah, your seat's back there, dearie.
Oh, but I can't see good.
Well, tough.
Yeah.
Find another seat because I'm not moving, all right?
Quiet, please, ladies. You have to let us. Come on, Jones. Hey, get back there. Go on. A word, please, Governor.
What is it?
Despite your views to the contrary, I don't want to see you doing something that's going to land you in serious trouble.
Oh?
There's still time to call this off.
Thanks for your concern, though. I suspected so that you can truthfully tell Dwyer you tried to dissuade me, right? Anyway, you're too late. Here's another...
All right. Well, how does it look?
Adorable, absolutely beautiful.
She looks ridiculous, but this whole thing's a farce anyway.
Don't worry about her. She's just in a bad mood.
Yeah, problems?
Oh, Miss Ferguson's just having one of her bad days.
She reckons I look ridiculous.
Nonsense, you look lovely.
Belle of the ball, eh, Laurie?
You certainly are. Here, let me fix this for you.
Quickly, everything's ready.
Oh, it's all so rushed. I do look ridiculous.
Oh,
Chucky, would you cut it out?
Look, you're marrying the man you love. That's what's important.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Julie, you really do look beautiful. I wish I had a mirror so I could prove it to you.
Yeah, you're worrying about nothing, you mad bugger. Honest? Would I lie? Yeah. Oh.
Right, this is it.
Oh, I think I want to be sick. She's ready. Good luck, mosquito man. Come on.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here in the sight of God to join together this man and this woman in holy matrimony.
Amen.
Well, let me know as soon as he arrives.
He has instructed those who enter into this union to cherish a mutual esteem and love, to bear with each other through life's trials, to provide for each other temporal things, to pray for, to encourage each other in that which pertains to God, and live together as the heirs of the grace of life. If there be anyone present who can give just reason...
Forget that bit, love. Oh, shut up and let him get on with it.
They're all for it.
Ferguson. Good.
Do you, Stephen Marcus Ryan, take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, to live with her, to cherish her according to God's ordinance in the holy bond of matrimony?
I will.
To live with him, to cherish him according to God's ordinance in the holy bond of matrimony?
Yeah, I will.
Place the ring on the third finger of the left hand. I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Rubbish. You totally disregarded my instructions. Now you have the effrontery to sit there and argue with me.
The situation wasn't as black and white as that.
You certainly acted as if it were.
The women involve a question, and I acted as I saw fit.
It's your fitness that's being questioned here now. And believe you me, it has become very suspect.
Oh, I'm sorry, Minister. I didn't realise you were still here. Governor, could I possibly...
We'll be finished shortly. I'll look after it then.
No, come in, Miss Ferguson. On the contrary, we have a great deal to clear up here first. Frankly, if it weren't for Miss Ferguson, I wouldn't have a clue about what is happening here.
I'm sure she's quite capable of relaying her version of events.
I hope I don't have to defend myself for carrying out instructions.
Not at all. Your report was quite in order.
Egbert did nothing to warrant cancelling her wedding.
Sir, the women have been at each other's throats lately. Anyone could see that this wedding was just an excuse to stir up more trouble.
I'm in the habit of punishing culprits, not victims.
Fine words. But it's obvious Miss Ferguson had a better grasp of the situation than you did.
Oh, I'm quite sure Mrs. Reynolds thought she was doing the right thing. Obviously, she rushed the wedding through in order to save any backlash against the department.
Personally, I don't think Mrs. Reynolds was considering the department's interest at all.
As governor of this prison, I have discretionary powers.
It's clear to me that you've lost sight of what the department expects of you. I'll expect your letter of resignation on my desk this afternoon. In the meantime, I'd like you to take over the governorship as of now. Will you accept the commission?
Oh, yes, of course, sir. If that's what the department wants.
They always affect me like this. So beautiful. And Julie was in seventh heaven.
Well, 10 out of 10 for the flowers, Laurie.
Yeah, I thought it gave her sort of a wave look. Suits her. She's such a gentle person.
Well, it sure freaked her out when Ferguson and Dwyer came to give Reno, eh?
All of us, not just Julie. It's a pity the wedding had to end like that.
She looked at the look on Jules' face when Fergo caught the... What do you call it again?
Bouquet. Lexi shouldn't have ducked it, but she knew it was meant for her.
I've never seen the freak drop nothing so far. Couldn't think what to charge her with, eh? Well, I reckon Stevie, baby, was the only one charging her once at that conjugal thing of me, eh?
Sweet. And what I've seen of him so far is not like that at all.
Oh, come off it, Laurie. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Nothing like being wrapped up in some brawny arms, is there?
Yeah, I suppose.
Do you miss Bongo?
Yeah. Well, it's just that, him and the Conquerors had this thing about only washing once a week. Had BO half the time like you wouldn't believe.
Well, come on. Look, what about a game of something before we go back to work?
Nah, look, I gotta go and check on Ide. Wedding blew her out. See you later, eh?
She really does miss him, doesn't she? I've got the old bat to keep her mind off it, eh? I hope so. We could do with some princes around here. Come on. What about a game of checkers or something?
Oh, no thanks. Maybe later. I've got a bit of business to see to.
I'd settle for a good-looking frog. Hey, Chook! I scrounged up some Ivy cologne for you. Dawn Desire. It's not my style, but should do the trick, eh? Well, come on, take it. It won't bite. Makes it smell nice. The guys love it.
Thanks.
Far out. 1 minute you're as happy as Luna Park, and the next you're down the dumps again.
I'm sorry, Lex. Everything's great, really. It's all so...
Hey, Jules. Anything left after Steve tonight? Save us some, eh?
Rack off!
No sense of humour.
Want to talk about it?
I'm not being stupid. I mean, the wedding, the women, it was lovely. I'm worried about Steve.
Look, if you're having second thoughts, I mean, it's perfectly...
It happened so fast I didn't have time to think at all.
What's there to think about? I mean, you've got Steve and a holiday at Barnhurst. Sounds pretty rosy to me, eh? Worried about tonight?
It's the first time we'll be alone. Properly. I mean, what if we've got nothing to talk about? What if he thinks that I'm really boring or ugly?
You go in expecting that to happen, and it will. You have to think positive. That guy turned this dump upside down to marry you, didn't he? Now, he is not going to change his mind after 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, what about 5 years? They reckon the divorce rate's higher now than
Chucky,
it's
would
ever
you
been.
stop quoting me facts and figures? You two know each other well enough to make a go of it. It'll be easy once you get in the swing of things.
Suppose.
So what are you going to do? Tell him you want to end it because you're not sure you'll have enough to chinwag about?
Sounds really stupid when you say it like that.
Oh, because it is. Oh, you got nothing to worry about, you mad bucker.
Do you really think so?
Oh, I know so. Me and the little bundle will be out having a bang-up Christmas with you soon.
Yeah. Hey, I bet Steve knows some nice single guys, too.
Chooky. Look, if I need any help around the place, I can always get Steve to come over, right?
Hey, where you going?
Down to the bloody milk bar. Where do you reckon?
Got a light?
Sorry.
Last long when you don't light 'em anyway. Must be getting you down. Being fresh in here.
I can think of better places.
Yeah. Rough when you got nothing to amuse yourself with except busted toys.
And what do you mean by that?
Oh, look, don't get shirty. Saw you nick one from the workshop, that's all. Wouldn't have minded it myself.
Yeah. Well, hands off.
Blokes are the biggest hassle. Not having 'em around, that is. Trust a bloody wimp like Egg Brain to call on to that Ryan bloke.
Too late now. Tied the knot.
Yeah. This, Bongo. He your regular guy?
He sure is. Or was.
Yeah, well, listen, don't worry about it. There's plenty of other ways to pass the time.
What do you want about?
Ain't look nothing like that.
Yeah, well, keep your mitts to yourself, all right?
Come off it. I just thought you'd like a good blast. Real dynamite. Top quality coke.
Look, I don't know. Reed's put the brakes on that sort of stuff.
You've done lines before, haven't you?
Sure. It's good stuff.
Well, what are you worried about? Reed is in the pound. I'm doing you a favour.
Look, I'm not being ungrateful. It's just orders.
Come on. Get your mind off things a while. Dynamite.
Okay, why not?
Not so fast. This stuff is top shelf. Cash up front.
I get it. Sorry, I'm a bit out of cash at the moment.
Can't give you credit either. Look, tell you what. You can sign a bank withdrawal slip if you like, provided you got the money on the outside to back it up. Well, do you want it or not?
Sure. I'll sign.
Deal. I'll bring the slip around later.
Nah, Heather took her home. Yeah, it was great. Look, I gotta go now. Bye. Where's Mrs. Reynolds? I need to see her about the arrangements for the conjugal suite.
You're wasting your time. It's not up to her anyway.
Of course it is.
Mrs. Reynolds has resigned her position, and there won't be any conjugal visit.
Who do I have to see about this?
Oh, the new governor, I suppose.
Who's that?
Me. And you can say goodbye to any picnics at Barnhurst as well.
You can't stop a transfer.
Why should Egbert have any special attention?
Her name's Julie Ryan, and you know damn well she shouldn't be in this place.
Makes me wonder if you're blind or just plain stupid. And it also beats me why someone with your background would want to start raising a family with a little con merchant like her.
Well, it's obvious why no one's ever asked the question of you.
Oh, wake up to yourself. You can easily get an annulment, considering your marriage won't be consummated.
I'd rather wait 10 years than let you think you've done me a favour.
You might have to, knowing how much she loves trouble. You're wasting my time. Out.
You must understand my position, Mrs. Reynolds. No one likes making harsh decisions.
It's a pity you can't understand my position.
Oh, I do. But in this case, I agree with Miss Ferguson. What you see as flexibility, they see as weakness.
And the women need rigid guidelines.
Exactly.
Well, I'm sure Miss Ferguson will provide them with those.
I'll expect your complete cooperation with Miss Ferguson. Good day.
Isn't there anything we can do?
We've been completely outflanked, I'm afraid.
Mrs. Reynolds, Greg just rang through from the gate. Apparently there's a television crew wanting to come in.
No.
Well, they said they'd spoken to the governor.
I completely forgot. They wanted to cover the wedding.
Oh, well, I'll handle them.
No, wait. Mr. Dwyer, there may be some hope yet.
I don't suppose it ever entered your head what the media might make of this.
I thought it might improve the department's image. God knows it hasn't been good lately.
I don't care what you think, just get rid of them.
I don't have the authority. You'd have to ask the new governor.
What, I have to explain everything that's happened?
There is an alternative.
Such as?
They're here for a human interest story. Let them have it. Endorse the wedding and Egbert's transfer personally.
I won't be blackmailed into changing my mind.
I'm thinking of the women. If you want the department to be seen in a more humane light, then prove you deserve it.
No, perhaps there is some merit in it. It's risky, though. You can't afford any more adverse publicity if they do sniff out the story.
I thought with you leading the interview, it'd be worth the gamble.
Yeah. I thought of that. Come to think of it, this wedding could be just what we need. You'd better handle this. I don't think Miss Ferguson is quite ready for it yet. Oh, in the matter of your resignation, well, we'll forget about that, shall we?
Oh, Steve, this is the minister, Mr. Dwyer.
Steve, my boy, I haven't had a chance to congratulate you yet. From what I hear, you and Judy make a wonderful couple.
Give me a home where the hollies all roam and the Nortons and Trumpies do play. Seldom is heard a fat copper's word, 'cause the roadblocks are all burned away.
Plutonium? Hey, we'd better escape before Captain Cosmo catches us. Quick!
Just what do you think you're doing?
Rid of the rubbish, if you must know. No wonder this place was going to the dogs. Repairing the antisocial, behavioural patterns, staff management and the bureaucracy. And where was little Alice in Wonderland, or weren't we ready for that one?
Leave them where they are, please.
You know, there have been times when I've gone home from this place and wondered why the hell I bother. And the pity of all this is that you won't be here to see how a real prison should be run.
Before you make too big a fool of yourself.
I understand that some of these things are your personal property. I'll have them sent to you.
Who's your informant, Joan? How did you manage all this?
None of your business. And the name is Miss Ferguson.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right, Mrs. Pringle. Mrs. Reynolds was just leaving.
Oh, but I thought
I'm afraid you're the one who'll be leaving.
Mrs. Reynolds, the reporter is waiting for your comments on the wedding.
What reporter?
Seems Mr. Dwyer had a sudden change of heart. I want this mess cleaned up now. Oh, and Joan, I want Julie Egbert's transfer papers on my desk by the time I get back.
Wentworth Detention Centre has been the brunt of a great deal of criticism recently, but today saw the start of what could only be described as a whole new life for one inmate. It may have lacked the glamour of a royal wedding, but for the former Julie Egbert, it was a day she'll never forget. And the Minister for Corrective Services, Mr. James Dwyer, was on hand to make sure that everything went smoothly. Mr. Dwyer, good morning.
Good morning.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to make it to the ceremony this morning, but I trust that everything went off without a hitch.
Oh, yes. We like to think that behind the stern face of punishment is a genuine desire for rehabilitation. In the case of Julie Egbert, you couldn't have a better example.
You mean Mrs. Julie Ryan, Minister?
It sounds wonderful, doesn't it? I know they're going to be very happy. Thanks to the enlightened attitude of a government, I am very proud to serve them.
Well, I'm sure there are two young people over there who wouldn't disagree with you. Thank you very much for your time, Minister.
Thank you.
Now to the real stars of the day, Dr. Stephen Ryan and his lovely bride, Julie. Congratulations to
Hurry
both
up,
of
Joan,
you.
you're missing it.
Thank you. Well, obviously this is a marriage with a difference. What do you think the major drawbacks will be?
Well, for a start, there won't be much of a honeymoon, but the authorities have agreed to let us spend some time together tonight.
Well, obviously
Joan?
the champagne
Touching,
will
isn't
have
it?
quite some time as well.
Oh, there you are.
Julie won't be released for 5
I
months.
must say, I
So you
can't
celebrated
picture her as
today.
one of those tough nuts you told me about.
Sure, don't let that facade fool you. She's no different. Anything to make things easier for herself.
Surely you don't think she's just using him to get that transfer? Looks to me as if she shouldn't even be there in the first...
Wonderful. And Mrs. Reynolds, I can't thank her enough.
I see the Governor, Mrs. Anne Reynolds, has been able to join us, so we might ask her for a quick comment. Meanwhile, congratulations again, and all the best for the future.
Thank you.
Mrs. Reynolds, you must be very happy with the way things
good
turned
old
out.
Reno, eh?
Very.
It's quite a crusader. Really stuck it up that Dwyer creep, blind bastard.
Main side.
You must have a lot of faith in Julie.
Yes, I have. I'd like to use this opportunity to give her this wedding present from the other inmates at Wentworth. Good luck to both of you.
Look, she's giving her a present. It's going to work better than the country saying again.
I don't know. It's fantastic. Thanks.
Well, on that happy note, this is Karen Stringer at Wentworth Detention Centre.
All right, you want a game of pool? Stuff you then. Hey, Laurie, I'll give you a game. You can break first, okay?
Well, as long as you take it easy, you know what Sister Hall said.
Paul, you've got to be kidding. It'll be good for the kid to get in a few early lessons. I'm more worried about how Jules is going with Steve. You know, she was really worried even after my pep talk.
Oh, she'll be fine. You don't think Roach is coming down with anything, do you?
Square eyes. That's what comes from watching too much telly.
No, I'm serious. She's sniffling and she seems so removed.
Maybe she's coming down with that flu Merv's off with. Hey, you want a break or what?
No, you do. How you going?
Some woman here collecting clocks.
No, the coat. Spin your wheels?
Yeah! Oh, yeah. Real good.
Listen, I got the slip this time. I can double the amount if you want some more.
Sure. Yeah. BL winding them up.
Well, it's not exactly the Regency.
At least they let us have some time together, eh?
Yeah, no thanks to Ferguson. I can't believe that woman.
Yeah. Girls really gave her a hard time when she came in the rec room this afternoon. Turned red and walked straight out again.
Oh, she deserves it.
She's not going to like what else is coming up either.
Oh?
Well, see, she found out that Nance was keeping this diary, and she used what was in it to stir up trouble, including losing me parole.
Well, that's what happened. I hope Nance has got rid of it.
Not yet. We got a plan to get her back.
Hey, hold a minute. That's crazy.
It's nothing serious. We just want to make her look bad.
Julie, you just said she stopped your parole. If this plan of yours backfires, there'll be no transfer and probably an extended sentence.
You don't have to worry, honest. The girls have been really great to me. This is something I can do for them. It's kind of like a goodbye present. I wouldn't have done anything if I thought it was going to muck things up for us.
I know. And we're definitely not going to start our married life with a fight.
There won't be any trouble, I promise.
I've got a lot to learn about you, Mrs. Ryan.
Yeah, me too. About you, I mean.
Let's start by me saying that I'm hopelessly in love with the girl I'm going to spend the rest of my life with.
Lexi reckons that Mrs. Reynolds...
I top you up, Joan?
What? Oh, no, thanks. I've had enough.
Yes, well, it's not my favourite either. French. What would they know about expensive wines? Is your knife blunt, or do I have to put a contract out on the butcher?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Andrew. The dinner's lovely, really.
It's all right. I know it isn't the Hilton.
But it is the Hinton.
Right.
I really shouldn't take out my work problems on you.
Of course you should. That's what crusty old wine drinkers like me are for. Ness, pass, eh?
No, it's just that I get so sick and tired of people painting those women like fallen angels.
That girl on the television certainly had me in. All sweetness and charm.
Yeah, well, some of them had me fooled too when I first started, but you soon learn to read them for what they are. But none of them are behind bars without good reason.
Well, it's obvious the department is far too soft on some of them.
Exactly. That Egbert girl, God, she's been involved in alcohol smuggling, prison gangs, and now she's a celebrity.
Par for the course, really. It's the media focusing on human interest at the expense of facts. Well, let's not spoil the dinner over it. Can I have some pudding?
Oh, no, I couldn't. I'll tell you what, though. I have some more of that, just to help you finish it.
All right, but I'm warning you, it'll ruin your putting.
Oh, get out. My putting? Oh, it's better than yours.
Oh, fantastic seeing the look on her face when Reno gave her the present, eh? It was a real surprise.
Such a pity we didn't have time to organise a proper shower tea.
Mrs. Morris reckons all the screws put in too so they could get her something really good. And I mean, a his and hers towel set was a good or
Oh,
what?
it's my fault, I suppose. I mean, I spent so much time on a dress that I knew she wouldn't wear.
What are you going on about?
Julie's shower tea.
What has that got to do with a his and hers towel?
What is it?
I don't know. I feel really weird.
Well, maybe it's the baby. Is it kicking?
Nah. Feels more like shuffling.
Zoe never shuffled.
Probably never deal blackjack either.
Wizard Man's the one you got to watch out for. I know you're little, but if he catches us, he's going to turn us to jelly.
Without plan, I wouldn't have coped that.
Yeah, well, I don't know how Jess and I'll go. It's the first time either.
Hello, Merle.
Where the hell did you get that?
Don't know. I just got it. Get out of me way, Lexi. I don't want to hurt you.
Stupid bitch, are you all right?
Feel a bit like a china shop, that's all. What was in the foyer?
Coke, probably. Maxwell's bringing it in, I betcha.
I better get off Merle before she gets in
Come on,
trouble.
we'll find out where they're hiding.
No, Lexi, look, you stay out of it.
I can take care of
Look,
myself.
sister will go off ahead of you, end up in the sick bay again, and you'll probably lose the baby.
Oh, yeah, all right. Well, get going, I'll cover for you.
Hello, Merle.
He's mine fair and square, fine as keepers.
I wasn't going to take them from you.
You weren't?
Well, not if you say they're yours, no. Do you mind if I come in?
You're not going to try and trick me or nothing.
Of course not.
Everybody's always trying to trick me or laughing at me. Think I don't know?
No, I bet he doesn't try and laugh at you.
Nah, he's me buddy.
Cute little fella, isn't he?
Yeah, strong too.
Do you mind if I play with him?
All right, but he's still mine. I call him Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, he must be very brave.
Why?
Well, wasn't he hiding that foil in his back here?
No, that's just powder, plutonium.
It must be very magical powder if he's as strong as you say he is.
Suppose so.
Where was he hiding when you found him?
Down the bottom of Roach's locker.
I tell you what, why don't you put Mr. Fantastic back in Roach's locker and I'll take care of the powder in case anybody...
No, it's plutonium, and he needs it to be strong. I'll put it in here, and then I can give it to him.
Fine, good idea. Yeah. Listen, I'll keep Nip while you're hiding it, just in case some evil villain comes along while you're doing it, all right?
Oh, yeah, thanks, Laurie.
You lost your marbles? What's all this secret powder bull? It was in Roach's locker. So much for the flu theory.
Bloody little idiot.
Well, Mel's put it in her locker. That'll give us time to think about what to do.
No, that's easy. We wait till Rick gets out of the pan and tell her. She'll go through those buggers like a hurricane through a tin shed.
Well, at least it'll keep Joan in low gear for a while. Not our Joan. Still, I wouldn't have missed the expression on her face for anything. Her jaw must nearly hit the floor. So will Dan's when I tell him. Been quite a day. Sounds as though he can't do without you. I think it's more the contraband I smuggle in for him. Not strictly hospital regulation. Nothing illegal, I hope. No, just fattening. Don't think the doctor would be too happy if he found out.
Oh, look at the time. I must beat Marty home or he starts the mill, and I'm far too young to die.
Oh, was he interested in the handyman job?
Oh, he was home too late for me to ask him last night.
Well, I hope he does like the idea. We could do with a friendly face around here.
Yes, it would be good for him. He's probably got far too much time in his hands anyway.
We can certainly fix that.
Now, is everything organised for Julie's transfer?
Tomorrow morning. I thought I might arrange a special exercise period for the women to see her off.
Oh, shouldn't be any security risk.
No, not with our resident tag team wrestlers locked away in solitary.
Pity to lose her, really. She's been a steadying influence, especially on Patterson.
I think Lexi will have enough prospective aunties keeping an eye on her. Well, time we were going.
Second time today.
At least this time I know no one will be leaping into the seat as soon as I'm out the door.
Come on, Lexi, cheer up. You've been moping around all morning.
Nothing. Just didn't sleep too well, that's all.
Hey, couldn't get anything out of Jules about last night. She tell you anything?
Well, some things are personal.
Yeah. Well, I reckon Stevie boy got his money's worth, eh? Hey, Lex, how about running a book, eh? Just bugger off, will you? Well, stuff you then. Oh, here they come. Please, ladies.
Do you think I could just have a minute?
I might be safer for all. Go on.
Something to brighten up your new cell.
Thanks, Laurie. Thanks, everybody. Listen, tell Reed and Alice that I'm really sorry about what happened, and I wish I could have said goodbye to them.
I don't think we should keep the police waiting, do you?
Aren't you going to say goodbye?
Doesn't seem much point, does there? We'll not be seeing you soon enough. When I get out of here.
Don't you ever change, will you?
I love you, Juki.
I love you too. Will you take care of yourself?
Yeah.
Don't you forget about Christmas dinner,
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.